So to make tagliatelle ragu, it's very simple. I mean, Italian cooking is not the crazy stuff that you see in Italian restaurants here with the cream and with lots of oil. It's just like, look at this. One finely minced carrot, one stalk, how do you say it? Stalk of celery, half onion. Then we use a pound of ground beef over here, and just two Italian mild sausages. Then we're gonna put a little bit of wine and a little of water. I show you later how to do it. But these are the basic ingredients. Of course, salt and pepper, and then that's it. Enjoy. So I already put the garlic in the pan with a little bit of oil just to cover the pan, and it's in the process of golden. Now I'm
browning.
Yeah, that. Now I'm going to add the onion, the carrot, and the celery all together to cook. You ready? Don't put the fire too high because otherwise you're gonna burn the crowd of everything. You know?
Notice how Francesco's making a huge mess, everybody.
You're gonna clean later.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, basically you added, the messier you are, the happier your wife will be. So do your best.
That's a questionable philosophy, guys.
You know, I trust you to do that. And yeah, so it is very interesting me putting the onions in the pan. But anyway, you want to stir it a little bit. Oh, that's good. This is the flavor of Italy. Okay, so now let it cook a little bit. Just the onions has to brown, and the celery and the carrot has to cook. So just a little bit, fire low, and yeah, do it. So look at this. Now that the so-called soffritto is blonde, we say, biondo, we are ready to add the meat.
How long do you think that cooked for? Like 2 or 3 minutes?
This one?
Yeah.
You have to see, you know, like you have to see when it becomes a little bit cold, you know, 5 minutes. But the fire has to be always very low, otherwise you don't want to burn stuff. So we add the meat. Yes, this is the gross part. I'm gonna do this. You have to be patient. This recipe is very easy and simple, but the meat has to cook very well. So, and we're gonna add also some the Italian sausage, just to give it a little bit of more flavor into the ragu, right? So we're gonna.
Where can people buy that? Just anywhere?
At the grocery store. In Italy you make it yourself, but you can make it.
Okay, well for people who don't just have pigs lying around that they feel like stabbing to death.
I guess you can go to the grocery store. I mean, it's not gonna taste good, but you know, the meat has to cook very low and has to cook for about half hour. So. You know, stir, let it cook, and I'll see you in half hour. Okay, I'm gonna have another glass of wine in the meantime. So now look at this. The meat is almost, you know, it's very well cooked. The meat, when it cooks, is gonna release some of the liquid, the fat. So you have to wait until the meat is all that liquid is gone away. Now there is the next step is going to be the very important one. And this is where the secret comes, and it comes with the wine. So you have to add a glass of wine, red wine.
Hold on, let me show them what we're using.
You can use any kind of red wine. This one is a Spanish wine. You have to use Italian wine, not Spanish wine, but this is what I bought because I like to change sometimes. This is very important. Look at this. I'm gonna add a glass of wine over here. Put the fire a little bit high, but in order to make this good, what you have to do is a glass of wine here and a glass of wine for you.
Very sneaky.
So, if I'm still sober later, I'm gonna show you next step. Cheers. Now that the alcoholic part is evaporated, or almost, it depends on you, it's up to you if you wanna put a little bit more alcohol in it. But anyway, you have to make evaporate. You add tomato sauce. And in this case I'm using some Marzano tomatoes, which is a kind of tomato that is originated...
Show the can, babe. No, your hand's in front of it. Oh, my husband.
It's originated in the Vesuvio area, so it's a volcanic. And it's also here, you can find it here in a normal grocery store. Anyway, add it.
The whole can?
The whole can, yeah. It depends how much sauce you want to do. I'm making for all the people, all the friends that will come tonight to our house and eat it. If you are there, just come here if you know where we are. Anyway, tomato sauce, I'm gonna add a little bit of salt, of course. 1 and 2. A little bit more. 3. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of pepper, just a little bit, not too much, just that's it. And then I'm gonna make it cook a little bit before adding water, because this guy has to cook for a couple of hours. So you wanna add water, later we're gonna add some water as well. But not now, now I'm gonna have another glass of wine. So I just let the tomatoes, I crushed a little bit the tomatoes because I like to buy the whole tomatoes rather than the sauce already made, because I like to see the tomato inside, and then I crush it a little bit, and then look at this, come here. So now it's kind of like, you know, there's a little bit of sauce, there's a bit of crushed tomatoes and the meat inside, and it's smelling wonderfully already, but now we're gonna do something. We're gonna add water in it. Whoa! There you go. Just about a liter of water like this, you know. And we're gonna let it sit and cook for 1 hour and a half, 2 hours. You have to check once in a while, come back, drink a glass of wine, but make sure that there's still water inside, because the more water, then you can cook it however you want. Like when it dries out, you add more water. The more it cooks, the better, of course. But
so the point is to make it cook as long as possible.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to cook forever. Like 2 hours, you're done.
On low heat the whole time?
Low heat, low heat.
Okay.
Okay. See you later.